she's like a normal person and I'm not, so that works.
I mean, I feel like she's not that normal if she's dating you. How
From thy friendship, Robin Pham.
That's us. Yeah.
So we should explain
2 weeks.
to the listeners what happened.
We're sorry
We are sorry.
to the 20-something listeners that we have.
Yes, we are sorry. We are sorry to the 50 views that we've had.
So sorry. The one like.
We're sorry about that because here's what happened. December, we had every intention. We were going to make this maybe like a once a month kind of thing. December, we recorded an episode. It was really great. We talked about Mole-Gen stuff, molecular genetics with my sister, Aaliyah. It was really
We
fun.
have her on later.
It's a fun time.
Yeah.
I mean, she's busy, so I don't know. She's graduating in May. Who knows? Anyway, it was a really good episode. Super cool. Awesome stuff. But
Sounds cool.
Unfortunately,
Someone's laptop. Someone who I will admit I don't do anything. I don't do editing. I literally just
Lauren does nothing.
I do nothing at all. Like most women in this world.
Okay, that's not what I meant.
We're gonna go there. But
not gonna go there.
Yeah. So everything's on Robert's laptop.
Yeah, so we record into my laptop and then I edit it out and make myself sound really good and Lauren really bad.
Yeah.
The normal. But of course, since everything was on my laptop and I, for whatever reason, didn't have things backed up, I had been slowly moving all my data to the cloud. And actually, even after this last crash, I finally moved the rest of my photos to Google Photos, which is a really great service. Do recommend. But yeah, so it was my own fault for not backing up those files. But generally, I don't back up video files or like sound files because those take up a lot more space. Media files take up a lot more space than just like school documents. So like to back it up on Google Drive or whatever would take up a lot of space, and you only get 15 gigs free there. So now I will say Ohio State does give you a terabyte of storage though on OneDrive, so I should have just thought to do that. But now I no longer have any local files that are not also backed up onto some sort of cloud service. So
yeah. So
you won't ever lose an episode again, ever. Mark my words.
Yeah. So we had the intention of putting out a December episode. It didn't happen.
Don't you worry, world. Eventually, when we're big and famous, everyone will know about Sunbutter because of us. I digress.
Speechless.
Yeah,
okay. OSU Greek life.
Oh my gosh,
So rushing.
Lauren, why don't we
Okay.
put your coffee down and tell the story.
I'll give a little preface about Greek life. So Ohio State PHA, which is the Panhellenic Association, which is basically the social girl sororities, rushes in the spring. Spring means like January. So a lot of southern schools rush in the fall, so they start when you start school. But OSU wants you to like get like acclimated to like where you are, all of this stuff before you rush. So we start rushing the first weekend we get back. And so there's 5 rounds. One of them is Meet the Chapters. One of them is Sisterhood. One of them is Preference. No. It's Meet the Chapters, Philanthropy, Sisterhood, Preference, and then Bid Day. So it's like 5 rounds, but it's 6 days overall. So you're doing a Friday, Saturday, Sunday every weekend, and then the next weekend you're doing a Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And so basically, Meet the Chapters, you go to all the houses for half an hour each. There's 15 houses at Ohio State, so you're spending like basically all your day Friday and Saturday, after school, of course. And then Sunday you go from 15 to 11, then you go from 11 to 7, and then 7 to 5 or something like that. And every single time you rank them and you say, okay, I like these houses the best, these were the ones I like the least, and then they rank all of their potential new members by ranking them like top to bottom, and then they cross match. So it's like if you have them really low, but they have you really, really high, you may be called back when you didn't want to, or vice versa. It just depends on the situation. So I rushed the first weekend, and then I consequently dropped after the first weekend. I dropped in like on Wednesday, so I gave myself time to think about it. I thought it over. Dropped Wednesday and sat in the union for like Saturday, Sunday because I had homework to do, and I thought it would kind of be fun. And I came from an all-girls school, and from that all-girls school, I think 12 to 14 of us out of the 20 of us that came from our high school rushed. So it was like a good over 50% of us, which is not that surprising considering like an all-girls school is basically like a sorority in training. But reasons why I dropped. I'm an engineering major, if you did not know that. Engineering majors, it's possible to do both. It's a little harder. just because the amount of work you have to do and time you have to put in is different than what you're usually.
I wouldn't sugarcoat it. I mean, like, it's a significant amount of work.
It,
like, between the College of Engineering and, like, almost all other majors besides, I mean, you know, science-related majors also have a lot of work outside, you know, the College of Arts and Sciences.
Don't get me wrong,
but
non-STEM majors count.
Yeah, non-STEM majors definitely count.
I hate people that are, like, so elitist, and they're like, oh, STEM majors are only majors. Like, communications majors count, English majors count. Every major has its purpose in the world. It's just right now where we are, engineers get more outside of class work. It's a lot more critical thinking. It's a lot more memorization, stuff like that.
And I would say for the first couple years, for sure, like, pre-engineers specifically have a lot of work that they have to get done well.
Especially engineers, I don't know if people know this about Ohio State's engineering program. Your pre-majors aren't technically in a major yet. You can't take major-specific classes until you apply to the major and you get in. So for mechanical engineering per se, you need a 3.4 guaranteed, at least a 3.2 to be considered for the major, and then you have to apply, then you have to get into the major, and then you can start taking major-specific and curriculum-specific courses. That usually happens sophomore, junior year. So all the freshmen are kind of in the same boat, where no one's really in their major yet. You're declared as a pre-major. Yeah, so between just the rigorous coursework of engineering, I'm involved in an undergraduate research lab. So engineering major, that's a lot of time commitment.
Engineering.
Also I'm doing undergraduate research right now. It's like at the Medical Research Tower, and I'm doing computational fluid dynamics and modeling bioreactor systems for a mechanical engineering aspect of the medical part of it. So between the two, and I'm doing Relay for Life, which is about once a week, and I try to have a social life too. Between like those...
And she makes time for Robin Pham.
And I make time for Robin Pham. Between all those things, I didn't have the energy to put into another organization that is as great, like, and when I say great, I mean like huge and big and involved as Greek Life. And it just like, to me, it wasn't worth the time or the money put together for something that I wasn't going to be 2 feet into, because I'm a very passionate person about what I do. And I didn't really feel super connected and super passionate to Greek life. I know a lot of girls are, and that's like really great for them. But also I'm like a very individualistic person. And so I just didn't really feel myself fitting in with a giant group of girls like that and putting myself in that environment all the time. Also, there are different Greek life organizations for different people. If the cookie cutter social Greek life organizations don't work for you, there are co-ed community service ones, there's like pre-health, there's engineering, there's literally any type of organization, there's music, there's co-ed band ones, there's an organization out there for anyone. So if you think, oh, I don't like these values, or I don't like how they uphold themselves, or no, that was the wrong word. I don't like the way that they like spend their time or something like that. You can definitely find other organizations that fit you better and find people with more common interests than you, or common interests with you.
I really want to talk about your phone.
Why do we have to talk about my phone?
Because this has been a source of stress for you.
Honestly, I have a lot of sources of stress.
12 hours, but I feel like this is especially like pushed you over, you know?
Push me over into what?
And I don't know. This has been like you've not been able to do anything. Like even last night, you were like, I want to sleep, but I can't because I don't have a working phone, and this is gonna really bother me. I don't have an alarm to wake me up.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
like
true.
all these things that you suddenly realized you were dependent on because of your phone.
Like, even my alarm, I forgot I had my alarm on my phone. And, like, I had to, like, put my laptop to, like, semi-sleep overnight and leave it semi-open so my laptop alarm would go off. And I put it on my desk, so I literally this morning heard my alarm go off. Like, had to get out of bed, go all the way over to my laptop, fumble with it. Didn't have my glasses on. Fun fact, guys, I'm blind. Legally blind. If you've ever met anybody with worse vision than me, hit me up. I'm a negative 9.5. Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah. I don't care. I'm not checking Instagram for a day. Yes. I don't care.
Snap streaks.
I know Twitter. Like, the social media, the average aspects, not checking my text, I don't really care about. It's the, like, small stuff you didn't realize you did on your phone. Like, I was on my bed, and I was going to use my calculator, and I was like, my calculator's all the way in my backpack on the other side of the room. Let me pull out my phone. That is dead. No. Never mind. I'm going to have to use my calculator. Or I was about to go to bed. I was like, I'm going to set my alarm. Wait, I don't have my alarm on my phone, which is usually right by my bed. I'm going to have to set it on my laptop and leave my laptop open all night. Let me check the weather. Oh, I can't check it on my phone. I'm going to have to check it on my laptop. It's just like small things where you get very used to.
It is crazy, honestly. And the fact that we become like so reliant on like technology to do those small things,
honestly.
It's like a scary feeling because like you can't go about your daily life doing the things you normally do because you're reliant on certain tools. I feel like I kind of compare this to like let's say this is a futuristic scenario,
right?
But let's say like in the future, like robots, like we have like personal robots at our homes, and they vacuum for us, and we get so used to them vacuuming and say cleaning. Maybe they vacuum and dust our floors for us, and we get so used to them doing that we never do it. But then suddenly they break for maybe a month, and then suddenly you have dust and crumbs and crap all over your floors. And because you've been relying on these robots for, I don't know, maybe a decade, like maybe you've had it for like a decade, you're not used to cleaning, so like you don't know how to, you don't even know how to properly clean something. Like just how you don't know, like maybe like with your phone, you didn't know how to, like you're used to a certain form of communication with people, which is, text, and now you can't do that anymore, so you have to like be creative and come up with other ways.
My phone obviously has the time on it, and I have a Fitbit too, that has the time on it as well. And so I was trying to check my time on my phone, and I just couldn't do it. So now I'm on my Fitbit. But in my head, I'm like, what if the Fitbit doesn't work? I have no sense of time because I don't have an actual, like, analog time with me. Because it's like, why do I need a clock when I have 5 different digital clocks surrounding me at any time? And, like, that freaked me out because I'm like, what if one day time stops and then I'll never know that, or not time stops, there's a zombie apocalypse. I'll never know the time ever again. Like, that was my reasoning.
Yeah, and it's weird because this is the kind of thing that I feel like our parents would say, oh, you guys are so reliant on your phones. Like, you wouldn't be able to do anything if you didn't, like, have your phone with you. Back in my day, I yada yada didn't have a phone, and it was fine.
Like, I came home at sundown. Like, that was their curfew or something like that.
Yeah, so, and I don't know. I mean, it's just because we're used to a certain thing that thing becomes so cemented in our lifestyle that when we can't do it, it's like a scary feeling,
Or, like, I was trying to do GPS because we're currently in Pryor Hall right now, which is on Med Campus. We aren't where we usually record, so
where do we usually record?
I was gonna say we've only had one episode. This may be our place that we usually record. So we're in Pryor Hall, which is on Med Campus, and I left, and I was like, I'm just gonna pull up the GPS while I'm walking, except for I don't have GPS because I don't have my Maps app because I don't have my phone. So I literally had to open up my laptop,
and walk
sit
with
down.
it.
No. I sat down with my laptop. And I, like, pulled it up on Google Maps, and I literally kind of just, like, I drew it out on my hand this morning. It washed away, and I wrote this. But I was, like, kind of like, okay, you just, like, line here, line over here, right in front of Med Campus building. And I had to, like, and everyone's going to, like, laugh at me and think it's trivial because, like, everyone's just so used to, like, knowing where you're going or, like, using actual maps. But I was just kind of like, well, here we are.